Hey guys, it's Nikes, and this is the LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising set number 71827. This is Zane's Battle Mech with 92 pieces, retailing for a measly $10. And I gotta say, for only $10, this is an amazing set and an amazing deal. Alright, and here is the set itself, but of course we have to start with the minifigures. First off, we have Zane, and I believe this is an exclusive variation of Zane. I think this is called like a Mech Driver Zane or something like that, but ultimately this is a shirtless Zane. As you can see, he has his power core exposed, and then also by just all the silver, muscle definition, this is, a shirtless Zane, which is pretty cool. We've gotten close to that before, but I don't think we've ever actually gotten a true shirtless Zane. So yeah, this is really cool. The legs are the same as, I believe it is the Storm suits, and then the face is the same face print that we've been getting ever since Sons of Garmadon. And then he also has his modern Ninjago movie hair in silver, which we have been getting since 2021, but it is great to get it in such a cheap set. I don't think it comes in that many sets, so it is great to get here. There's his back detailing, just some more wiring, some more tubing. Of course, his back has this kind of power core on the back of his head. And then he also comes with golden shurikens, as Zane usually does. Yeah, cool minifigure. I believe it is exclusive to the set, and so getting an exclusive Zane variant in a $10 set, pretty cool. Next up is Wildfire, and I've not seen Dragons Rising, so I don't really know this character too well, but I believe this is her Tournament of Sources outfit. But yeah, this is also a pretty cool minifigure. She comes with this really cool kind of white-ish katana, but there's like a glittery shimmer to it. I believe this is one of the prismatic blades. Her torso detailing is definitely really cool. It's primarily, dark red. She also has some kind of more vibrant red highlights and just some other great detailing which extends down to her legs. Her hairpiece is a piece that I believe is new to her, and it's definitely a really cool mold, and she does not have an alternate face, which is definitely really weird because, her hair completely, I guess not completely covers her face, but it still would have been nice to get an alternate face for her so she's not constantly angry. I believe I heard she's usually an angry character in the show, so I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it still would have been nice to get just a more casual face maybe. And then the back has a kind of flame symbol with a little smile on it, which is definitely a fun little detail. Overall, I know this isn't an exclusive figure, but it still is a pretty good one to get here. And then lastly, this is Drix, and I believe he is one of the Forbidden Five, and this is also a really cool minifigure. His weapons are these kind of like, I don't even know what to call these, kind of claw blade things. They have this newer, well not really newer, it's been around for a while, but this longer bar piece with, bar connections at the end. And then the minifigure itself is definitely really cool. He's got some really cool front detailing. I like his face print a lot. It kind of looks bug-like, kind of alien-like. And then he also has some back detailing on his head, which is really cool. Not an actual face, but some back detailing. He has a black conical hat, which also looks really cool on him. And this really cool kind of rocky armor piece. And if we take that off, then we can actually see the back of his torso. Just this little symbol here, but that is still, pretty cool looking. But yeah, definitely a cool figure, a very nice figure to just get as a villain in this set that Zane and Wildfire can fight. But of course, now that we've looked at the minifigures, now let's take a look at Zane's mech. And here is Zane's mech. Of course, it's just a little battle mech that you'd expect to see in a $10 set, but honestly, I think this is better than a lot of like the mechs you see in like $15 to $20 sets. I think the biggest thing to me is that there is like a lot of posability on this, because there's two joints on the arms. You have the shoulder joint and then also a wrist joint, so you can mess around with that a lot. I like this piece, these trans blue pieces that kind of represent like armor, I guess. I really like that a lot. He also has these swords, these giant swords that you can take off. And in theory, put another weapon on there, but it is really cool to have these kind of giant swords. Of course, the other arm is the exact same, but just mirrored. His legs are also dual jointed, one joint at the hip, one joint at the foot. But again, it also allows for a lot more posability, which is definitely really nice for such a cheap mech. Feet build are pretty simple, but obviously just enough to be able to support the mech. There's also some clips here. I believe they are supposed to hold Zane's shurikens whenever you have him piloting the mech, so you can just stick them right here, just like that. The back doesn't really have anything too exciting going on. You kind of like an exhaust piece here, but other than that, it's not too much. The core torso uses, I believe, the very same mech torso piece that have been used since the old Nexo Knights days with some of the Nexo Knights mech. I believe that is this piece, so it is cool that it's still being used. This front piece is not the usual attachment that goes onto here. This is actually brick built and has this cool kind of front tile piece. I guess that kind of represents Zane's power core. But yeah, on the inside, you know, you got plenty of room for Zane to sit. You just gotta move his arms up a bit, but he can very comfortably sit in there. The thing can't go up all the way if he's sitting down, but if you make him stand up, then I believe that the front will go up all the way. Yep, just like that. It definitely looks a little awkward with him kind of standing up like that, but it doesn't look, you know, bad at all. And, you know, for like a really cheap $10 set that's mainly for kids, you know, they're not going to care that Zane looks a little weird when he's standing up piloting his mech like this. But yeah, that's the mech. You know, it's pretty simple, but I mean, it's exactly what it needs to be for a $10 set. Just a cheap little mech for kids to play with, and he's got some fun minifigures that you can, you know, mess around with, have the mech fight. So yeah, this is pretty good. So yeah, overall for $10, this is a really great set, really great minifigures, a decent little build to mess around with. I think this is like the perfect $10 Lego set. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.